There was this park. A state park. Redwoods. Beautiful. We found a secluded little spot. I opened the wine and she won the argument. We were two lovers together. Then a man entered the clearing. Said he was hungry. Janet offered him a sandwich. He took her hand instead. She asked him to let go. He wouldn't. She screamed. I hit him. He let go of her. He was on me like a wild animal. He was young. 20 years younger than I. It was no match. While Janet screamed, he pounded me into a bloody pulp. I thought he was going to kill me, but somehow she intervened. Must have hit him with something. And he descended on her and... What's the phrase? Had his way with her. Finally, he beat her into unconsciousness. Went away whistling. The local park ranger found us eventually. I spent a week in the hospital.
What about your wife?
My wife? It was several weeks before Janet could feed herself. Or dress herself, or even walk. But she doesn't speak. She doesn't recognize me. Every weekend I visit her. Every weekend's the same. She lies with her face to the wall. Sometimes she cries. But she never responds.
What happened to the guy?
Yes, the guy. He was arrested 2 months later for raping 3 elementary school children.
Was there a trial?
Oh, yes. And a conviction.
Where is he now?
In a state hospital for the criminally insane. I trust they're tending to all his needs.
Professor.
So, yes, I have let my emotions get into it. But would you please tell me, if you're a human being, how do you keep your emotions out of it?
Professor, I'm sorry.
What for? Isn't that your job?
I had no right to pry.
Why should that stop you? Question is, have you gone far enough? Aren't you curious whether I'm just trying to cover up my own guilt?
No.
Of course you are. Could I have stopped him? Did I fight back hard enough? What bothers me most? His crime or my conscience? Come on, Peters, go for it.
Riley was right. Let's drop it.
Oh, no. You wouldn't let me off the hook. Now, let's check out your little faults. Or maybe you don't have any.
I'm ashamed for having put you through this. I can be persistent to a fault. All I can ask now is that you please accept my apology.
All right.
Thank you. And I have to admit to you that if what happened to your wife had happened to me, I honestly don't know that I could disagree with you on this whole issue.
I feel the same way about it.
Both of you saying you'd throw the switch?
I would.
I guess I'm saying that I would have to think about it.
Well, think about it now. Because I've got to decide now what I'm going to do. This time I'm not going to do it alone. I want you to decide. I want you to vote.
You're asking us to take responsibility for what you do?
No, asking you to take responsibility for what I do in your name. I pull the switch. You're the executioners.
You don't have to pull that switch.
No, you're right, I don't. You vote no, I don't get on that plane.
So what'll happen then? just call it an order of executioner, won't they?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Hey, you're laying a real heavy trip on us. I'm not sure I want to deal with this.
Yeah, why shouldn't you? I'm tired of being treated like a leper, when all I do is what the law tells me to do. Tired of people like you living your lives as though you had clean hands. I'll think about it. That's your cop-out. Tired of sharing your burden of confusion and guilt. Tired of these damn headaches.
What headache?
Every time, just before I'm gonna do it, I can see in my mind what it's gonna be like. I try to block it out. I get these great throbbing headaches, like my head is gonna explode.
This guy you got to kill. What did he do?
What he did to helpless old people. It wasn't just rape either. It was murder, torture. To create a guy like this, you need experts. This guy had him. His parents. Both of them beat on him since before he could walk. Stick him in a closet and shut him up. Sometimes for days. Even set fire to him once. Oh, it's funny the kid should turn out to be a human time bomb. Nowhere along the line did he get a chance for any help. So now they're calling on me to fix him. Permanently. Any of you ever see an execution? It goes like this. You probably come in kicking and screaming, but it's no problem. There'll be 4 guards. They'll get him into the chair. There'll be so much tension in his muscles that they'll have to force him into a sitting position. First thing we do is strap his ankles. Then his wrists. A thick, greasy leather belt goes around his waist. The metal comes down over his head. If he's ever going to get religion, he'll start praying his pants off now because there's a minute and a half to go. You can tell the overhead fan goes on. It's to vent out the smell of burning flesh. Doesn't work very well. And the hood comes down over the prisoner's head. I go to the control panel. Warden gives me the nod. The man gets 2,000 volts. First jolt, his eyes bulge. The second one, they burst. And the third, his brains are boiling. We don't want to take any chances. We figure he just might not be reformed yet, so we hit him a 4th time, just for good measure. Whole thing takes about 2 minutes. Seems like 2 years. When it's over, the doctor gives the thing. Not a man anymore. Quick check. Pronounces it dead.
Passengers on Pace Airways Flight 196 to Chicago, please proceed to the departing gate for check-in and boarding. Pace Airways Flight 196 for Chicago, now checking in. This is your first boarding call. Thank you.
Time to vote.
I've got to get on that plane.
Not yet. There's a man's life in your hands. I'll make it easy on you. Secret ballot. Yes, I get on that plane. No, I don't. Three votes. Majority rules.
I still don't see what this is going to prove.
Gonna prove that you can't wash your hands of this thing. Come on, there's been a lot of talk about elevating ourselves out of the jungle, an eye for an eye, breaking the chain of command, the chain of violence. Which is it, folks? Vote. Unanimous. All abstained. Chopped out